Hi, this is Mary Beth Hartleb, the CEO of Prism HR Consulting, and I am pleased to bring another interview in celebration of Women's History Month. I'd like to introduce you to Trish Nash. Trish is a corporate broker and owner of Corcoran Global Living, the Trish Nash Team. It's a luxury real estate company, which is a woman-owned small business located in Henderson, and she has owned her own real estate brokerage since 2004. Trish is consistently in the top 1% of sales in her market, and last year closed 84 million in residential transactions. That is quite an accomplishment. Trish has been actively involved in leadership positions in local and national real estate organizations. She served as the local chapter president, state president, and governor for the Women's Council of Realtors. For many years, Trish served on the board and the executive board for the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. She has a bachelor's degree in international business and Spanish from Dominican University in River Forest, Illinois. She studied at the University of Madrid and also lived in Spain for 2 years. A few months prior to the COVID travel shutdown, Trish spoke at a women's real estate conference in Barcelona, Spain on the power of your brand. She's actively involved in serving the community and serves on the executive board for the Henderson Chamber of Commerce and is the immediate past chairperson. She is active in many capacities within her community, serving on several other boards, including Living Grace Homes and St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church and the Finance Council. Trish and her husband, Michael Hiltz, reside in Lake Las Vegas and Henderson and enjoy international travel and outdoor cycling. They have a cycling trip planned in July to Croatia. I'm very jealous of that. And welcome, Trish. Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your very busy schedule for this project.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, thank you for the opportunity. I'm excited to be here, and especially in honor of Women's History Month, because that's near and dear to my heart, as I feel very strongly about women and women in business and women growing and becoming who they want to be. So thank you.
Thank you. So, I mean, you have a tremendous career and so many successes, but we'd like to hear from you. You know, how did you get started and what was your career path like? How did you get to where you are today?
Okay, well, thank you. So first of all, I just want to say that when I gave you my bio, I was broker and owner of Signature Gallery of Homes, which is a women-owned small business. Mm-hmm. Since then, which as effective yesterday, I am now part of Corcoran Global Living. So that is a franchise. So I am not the owner. So I just wanted to clarify that so nobody thinks I'm the owner. But I am the owner of this company and of our team. And so anyway, just wanted to clarify that. But so it was an interesting path. I worked for a Fortune 500 company called Steelcase, and they manufacture office furniture. And they moved me here to Las Vegas. And at the time, Clark County School District was the top, the largest school district in the nation and the fastest growing. And Steelcase supplied furniture, school furniture to CCSD. And we also supply furniture to a lot of the big casinos. So they needed help out here. So I came out here, but 9/11 happened. And what happened after 9/11 was there was just a total shutdown. And Steelcase ended up closing many of their plants. And as a result of that, I was laid off. At the time, this was before I was married to my wonderful husband, Michael, who we've been married now for 10 years. But when I moved here, I was single and I was dating somebody who was a real estate agent. And when I was laid off, I thought, you know what, I could do that. Mm-hmm. So he came over to my house for dinner and I was very excited to talk to him about, you know, I'd love to work with you. And I just thought it would be really a great thing. And he didn't think so. He thought that I would not do well in real estate. He thought that the pressure would be too much for me since I didn't enjoy being in corporate America. And so he just said, you know, I just don't think it's a good fit for you. So he brought Chinese food over, and I opened up my fortune cookie, and it said, "You will do better in real estate than in traditional investments." And I said, "See?" And he said, "It's a fortune." And I said, "You know what? Sometimes the universe, God has a way of saying
divine intervention."
Yes. So that was 20 years ago, 21 years ago. I still have the fortune. I put it and made it into a paperweight.
I love it. I
So
love
to
it.
remind me to follow
Yes.
your dream. If you believe in something, you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the start of my career. And I was successful my very first year, not knowing anybody here in Vegas other than him and a few people. And they say when you get into real estate, you need to know people. Well, I didn't know anybody. So, I go to the gym, I talk to people. And my very first year, I made $110,000, which 22 years ago, that was a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And within that period, about a year later, I opened up my own company. And here I am. So it's been a journey. It's been a big learning curve, but I've enjoyed it. And I'm happy to say that that gentleman that I was dating was wrong. And what's even funnier was that during all the foreclosures, I had the opportunity to work with the bank, many banks. And one of the properties that I put my sign in front of in foreclosure was his. So,
Ouch.
yes.
Karma.
Karma.
Yeah.
So I didn't rub it in his face, but I had to call him and let him know that, I'm going to
Oh
do this
my
thing.
goodness.
Yeah. So it was awkward, but
Yeah.
it just showed me that if you believe in something, you go for it. And it may not be easy, but you just do it. So
And take those fortune cookies seriously.
Yes, absolutely.
So beside the fortune cookie, to whom or to what do you attribute your success?
Well, there's a couple things. So I grew up in a single parent home. My mom and dad divorced at a very young age. My dad was an alcoholic, colonel in the Army, very bright man. But it was difficult for me as a child to see that. And my mom worked her tail off. And so she was really a role model for me. She showed me that, she didn't have an education. She went and got a nursing degree. She worked at Marshall Field's downtown Chicago in the Thai department full time and went to school at night. So I saw that. And then we lived with my grandparents. And so I got a lot of really value system from my grandparents as well, who, grew up during the war. So, you save and you work hard. And so that was what I saw as a child. And that really gave me a very solid foundation. And when I saw my mom become a nurse and work hard, and then she was also involved in volunteering in the community, which I do now.
Right.
I feel like I've taken my mom's path and just, was able to accomplish things that, other people may say you couldn't do. But one of the things that my mom didn't have was a college education. And so she really, really wanted to see me have a college education. So, I had to work hard to go through college. But so I attribute it to, being surrounded by great family members who just were hardworking people in the Midwest, growing up with Midwestern values.
Right. That's great. Great story. And so, the theme for Women's History Month this year is providing healing and promoting hope. And how does that theme resonate for you in your personal and professional life?
So I am part of an organization called Living Grace Homes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on the board, I'm immediate past chair. And we help young ladies that are between the ages of 14 and 24 that are homeless and pregnant. Mm-hmm. And, I don't share this often, but I've shared it publicly when it is applicable. But the reason that I am part of that organization is because when I was young, when I was 16, I had an abortion. And I saw the pain that I went through. I thought that it would be easy just to get rid of the problem. And, my mom didn't know. I was afraid because I grew up in a, very, very strict Catholic upbringing. And I was afraid, and I had no one. I didn't think I had anyone to turn to. So it took me years and years and years, probably till I was in my 40s, late 40s, to really start the healing process, because I didn't want to share it with people. I was embarrassed. And, I'm a career woman, I'm successful. And what would people think if they knew that? They would think less of me. And then I got involved in this organization, and I saw that I can be helpful. I can make a difference in these young ladies' lives in some way by being part of this organization. And so that's my mission, is to help young ladies in any way that I can, because I just know it's a difficult world out there. And these young ladies didn't grow up in the family like I did. I was very fortunate. I had good role models. Most of these young ladies don't have good role models. And so it's a very difficult ride for them. Many of them are drugs and drop out from school and are in abusive relationships, or many of them come to us because their mom is insisting they get an abortion and they don't want to have an abortion. So that is my mission, is to help those that I can, to heal and to become the best that they can be. So that's what that means to me.
Thank you for sharing such an intimate story, and I commend you for all the work you do in the community. And if the community wants to, help Living Grace Homes, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, they can Google Living Grace Homes, Henderson. There is a website. I don't know the number offhand. They could certainly reach out to me, and I'm happy to direct them. We're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for donations, whether it's monetary or, there may be things that they need, but usually it's money, because we're self-funded. We do not get any type of subsidy from the government at all. So it's strictly donations.
Okay.
So that's what they can do.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's great. And we'll definitely link to them when we release the video.
Thank you.
And so just kind of in closing, I've said this to everyone that I've interviewed, that I take being a woman very seriously, in terms of recognizing that I'm a role model for others, and we all are, right? And especially for younger women. If there was one piece of advice that you have to share with our listeners, what is that? What is that piece of advice?
Well, I told you the story earlier about the fortune cookie.
Follow the fortune cookie.
And truly, it is that if you have a dream, go for it. Because I will tell you right now, I'm living my dream. And I'm living my dream because I have always had a vision, and I have goals. I write them down. And as a business owner, I have a business plan, but personally, we all have goals. And sometimes people think that they're too far reaching. There is nothing too far reaching. I just feel so blessed that I met my amazing husband. I never thought that I would meet someone like him. I had given up. I had been married before and was divorced. And I just thought, I'm going to be single my whole life. And we live in a beautiful home in a beautiful community, and I'm involved in the community with wonderful people that I love, and I love my life, and it's a challenge, as a business owner, as it's a challenge, and in this environment we live in, it's a challenge. But I would say, if you can, find some people that you feel you want to be like, and that's one of the things that I've done. Is I've always tried to surround myself, not always, when I was younger I didn't, but I learned. I always try to surround myself with people that are smarter than I am, that are more successful than I am, and that I can learn from. And it's just amazing what happens when you do that. And initially, when you're a young lady, it's intimidating, because you feel like you're not worthy to be around people like that. But it's something that I'm grateful that I've done. And so I would also say, surround yourself with people, and get involved in something that will allow you to be around people that, you can learn from.
Great advice, Trish. And really, you and I know each other, and I appreciate all you do for our community and the organizations, and you are definitely a success story. Thank you for being so open in our interview today. I really appreciate that. I know how busy you are. I appreciate your time and your support for this project. It's a passion project of mine and very, very important to me. And so again, I thank you. And if you're listening, you're interested, you liked our video, please like it, comment, and share. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Beth. Appreciate you. Bye, everyone.